stomach and try your pulse and capture what seemed all unknowing.
Welcome along to yet another episode of the Nationwide Mercury podcast, and we are very lucky to be granted with the presence of Miles and Alex from the Last Shadow Puppets. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on the flight cases. So that's a massive sound you had downstairs.
Thanks.
Is that your usual touring operation with all the strings? Was that something special?
It's more than that on the top.
Is it really? It sounds enormous. It sounds great. So the album, am I right in thinking it only took a week or so to record? You were quite
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So it's an album of quite a lot of depth, and taking it that you spent a lot of time writing and preparing in the run up to it.
Yes, and it was like 2 weeks to just do the like backing tracks and vocals. The strings were done like later on.
And you sent those off to Owen Pallett. What was he like to work with?
That's right. Great. Yeah.
Because you listen to some of his own stuff, and he's got a lot of ideas. You know, he can go off on some real wide tangents. Did you have to kind of reel him in a bit, or did he?
I think we just spoke about like records that we liked the sound of the strings on and stuff, and he like took it from there.
What were those records?
Well, like David
Axelrod is the one that I've heard you mention before in interviews.
Especially the Fly.
The super producer.
You know, like sort of more. Like some like Morricone and stuff.
Yeah,
and
like the John France stuff that he did with Scott Walker and Dusty Springfield.
Scott Walker, that's what we kind of wanted to go for, that sort of string sound rather than a more woodland, autumnal Nick Drake type.
Yeah, just like nice strings that carried the.
I wanted to not do that and do more like sort of like perhaps cinematic.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're huge, huge sounds. So working with James, was that, you obviously worked on Favourite Worst Nightmare?
Right, yeah.
And was he an instant choice? Was this something that you discussed with him beforehand, the project?
Thing, he was like first when we played tunes too as well.
Yeah.
Like we demoed them, like acoustic in his in his pracky room, and then obviously because I'd worked with him on that album and then I'd like gone down, played guitar and one tune on that record. And so I met him through that, and obviously we all get on with him, and also he can play drums.
Carney play drums. Carney just.
So Carney. And juggle.
Yeah, really?
And he's,
not the same time.
He's like good with ideas as well and stuff. So.
How much of an input did he have in terms of maybe not the writing, but when you're in the studio?
Loads. Like it was sort of because they were just us three there.
Yeah.
Really, and Jamie the engineer, and so we had like these tunes, but we just had sort of chords and lyrics really. And we like arranged them.
Just kind of fleshed them out and stuff.
And we all played like between 3 years old. Played bass and did,
that must be nice for him as well, because I mean he's worked on a lot of really good albums recently, but I guess playing on the stuff as well, he's obviously going to feel a bit more involved. I think in terms of the other albums he's done, obviously he did the last Monkeys album and also the Klaxons.
Yeah.
But this album, it kind of strikes me, it's a bit more in line with the stuff he used to do with Simeon before. They sort of went their separate ways with Chemistry Is What We Are and stuff. So it's nice to know that he was the choice from the initial outset.
That's it. Yeah, it just seemed like it really didn't think of anyone else really. It was just, like Miles said, like he was the first person we showed the tunes to even outside. Yeah.
So is this something that's going to be an ongoing project, or do you think that you've kind of everything that you wanted to achieve from it, you've kind of satisfied yourselves now?
No, I think we definitely love to make another record and that, but probably like maybe more towards back end of next year. Think about maybe like we'll write some tunes and that, but like you're going to do third Monkey album, we'll do second Rascal. Like next year we'll do that, and then have a little think next year. But we definitely want to do one because it's like a pleasure to do it.